Early Learning Coalition is a local not-for-profit agency focused on early education and care. The goal of the coalition is to prepare all children to enter kindergarten ready to succeed. Their story is coming up next on Polk Place. Welcome to Polk Place. I'm your host, Lauren Lingell. Joining me in studio today, Mary Baker, who is Manager of Eligibility at the Early Learning Coalition of Polk County, and Diane Bowman, who is the Vice President, Client Services at the Early Learning Coalition of Polk County. Ladies, welcome. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
I'm excited to learn a little bit more about the Early Learning Coalition. I've heard about it, but there's still some gaps. So can you tell me a little bit about the organization?
Yeah. Okay. So we work with children and families, and we also work with providers, providing quality child care to families, assisting families with low income child care services. We're here today to talk about our voluntary pre-kindergarten program. Our voluntary pre-kindergarten program is a program for all 4-year-old children. And I'm going to let Mary take it from here because my voice is not very
absolutely.
good.
Can I ask a few other questions
Sure,
about the coalition before we get into the program? Does the coalition offer VPK, sorry, let me rephrase that. Does the coalition offer educational assistance, or is it more of a child care organization?
We have a variety of programs. We do have a school readiness program that does our daycare assistance for the families who qualify for that program. So the VPK program is a little bit different than that. It has a few other specifications besides our school readiness program, but they do and can coincide together.
And for me, I don't have children yet. What is VPK?
VPK is voluntary pre-kindergarten. It is an amazing program for all 4-year-olds in the state of Florida, regardless of income or household size. They all qualify. So it has a wonderful foundation for them. So their first day of kindergarten, that anxiety is kind of gone, and they know what they're getting into, and they already have a good background knowledge of what is expected for their first year of kindergarten.
How different is it? How different is pre-kindergarten from kindergarten?
It is a little bit different. You know, it is a little bit more standard by the books. Once you get to kindergarten, they gear you up, you know, for the rest of their K through 12, and whereas VPK is more of the introduction. It's more giving them that background knowledge of learning their shapes for the first time, their colors, how to write their name. But it also goes deeper into that. It gives them maybe their first time of coping skills. It may teach them how to stand in line for the first time patiently and have other kids there to communicate with and go through same issues. Even though we think 4-year-olds don't have issues, they also, you know, they go through different things. They learn a variety of different things, but ultimately it just prepares them for that structured environment. And
so what I'm hearing you say is beyond the activities that they'll do there, is they're actually learning what it is to be away from mom.
Exactly.
And be in a situation where you've got to listen to other grown-ups, and there are all these other kids here, and we all get told what to do, and we all need to do it.
Exactly.
So
yes,
I can imagine that's probably quite overwhelming for a 4-year-old.
And that's good for parents to know, because, you know, as a parent myself, I have 2 kids. One who's already graduated VPK last year, started kindergarten, and now I have my second one, my littlest one, starting VPK this August. So just as a parent, I can see the difference between, you know, your child's anxiety of being separated from mom the first time, or just even having to be told no by somebody else is a completely different change. So, but it's good. It's good for the child to experience that as well.
I think I'm getting flashbacks to the first time someone other than my parents told me no. I didn't like it. but it's a valuable lesson
Yes.
to learn and a valuable skill to have to be able to accept no.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
So tell me about why VPK is so important.
So,
I mean, you pretty much already did that.
yes, but it's also good because there's a few different style of facilities. They can either they can actually be enrolled through VPK and actually attend a school board site, which gives them that atmosphere already. Or we even have something a little bit more personalized. We have child care centers, daycare centers, a variety of those. We have around 150 providers who are specialized in VPK and offering that program. So I think there's about 69-ish public schools that offer VPK as well. Mm-hmm. So it gives them that parental choice of where they want their child to go, and also that it is offered. We have a school year program. It's 540 instructional hours, and then you also go into just your summer program if you want a shorter VPK program, but it is a longer day. So there's a few different options for parents to choose.
Hopefully they get nap time. I really miss nap time. As an adult, it's very hard not to have nap time.
Well, VPK is a free program, which is good for all children. It's a 3-hour class. Most of the time could be a little longer, could be 4 hours, but most of the classrooms are a 3-hour program for children. So it kind of gets them into that routine of, oh, I'm going to school today. You know, I have my backpack, I can follow my bigger brothers and go to school today. And it gives them that socialization skills that 4-year-olds really need.
You saying that reminds me of the children that we're close to. They're 4 siblings, and 2 girls and 2 boys, and the girls are the youngest. And I just remember the first year when one of them went, and the next year they were like, I'm gonna go too, and they got to pick out their backpack. And then the next year, gosh, that little blonde-headed girl was so funny. She's like, I'm going to school today. And it's really great to see them get excited about it instead of being afraid of it.
Yeah.
So
that's for sure.
I can certainly appreciate how it does work very well that way. So the Early Learning Coalition, do you help facilitate that for families, or are you just a resource and information?
We do provide resources and information, but we also, this is the only way that you can apply for VPK.
Okay.
So you would go to our website at www.elcpolk.org. We have a one-click option. It's very simple. Parents just need to have a proof of residence and proof of age for their child. Once that goes through, you're approved. It's a very quick process. There isn't a waiting list, which is another good it's another good just outlet for parents to understand that, you know, we value their time and their child's education, and it's a one way. So they get their certificate, take it to the provider they choose or the school they choose, and their child gets enrolled in that August, or is the school year, that's when they would start.
And the statistics show last year we had, out of the 7,200 children that arrived for kindergarten, about 44% of those children were not ready for school. So the VPK helps that child to become ready to start that kindergarten and start their education process through their life, through their whole life. So it's important.
Is it correct to say that VPK kind of helps kids get all the distracting parts of kindergarten out of the way, like the being in a new environment and dealing with different people and things like that, to where all they have to do is kind of focus on the learning and the behavior?
Correct.
And not really respond to the stimuli so much?
Yes,
exactly.
Correct.
Well then, I mean, that's kind of brilliant. I'm not really sure who came up with that concept, but I think it's a pretty nice one.
Yeah, it's a great program. And like Mary said, it is there for all 4-year-olds. We also have a program that if the child was born between up through January 31st, is at the end of the year, even though the child would be turning 5 from September through January, they're still eligible to participate in the VPK program. If the parent chooses or feels that their child is not ready for kindergarten, perhaps the next school year, because they were born later in the year, they still have that option to use the program for the next school year.
I've always heard really good things about the Early Learning Coalition. I'd been one of United Way's, in a previous life, I'd been an agency of United Way, so it was always something that was being talked about, and all the good things that are being done to, you know, to help our kids. So it's pretty awesome that you have this ability to come and share with us, you know, to make sure that those kids stay ahead, and high school graduation rates are boosted in the future.
Correct.
So
it's very important for the child themselves to be able to be prepared and ready for that kindergarten classroom.
Is there anyone who is excluded from this program? Is there anyone that can't be a part of it?
The only, I guess you could say, is if the child cannot attend kindergarten at all in order to qualify for the program. So even, you know, you can't put your child in kindergarten and then pull them out because you realize they're not ready, and then have them start the VPK program. They would have to apply for the VPK first, which gears them and, you know, helps them become prepared for kindergarten.
So really the eligibility is you're 4.
Right. Live in the state of Florida and be 4 years old as of September 1st of the school year they're looking to go
And
to.
I'm sorry if you said this and I missed it. Is there a cost associated?
It's a free program.
It's all free?
It's all free.
All free.
Okay.
And it's all completed online. Family doesn't even need to leave their living room if they do not want to leave their house for whatever reason, or they can't get away. The applications, we are accepting applications for next school year now, and just log into our website, as Mary said, at www.elcpolk.org. And you can complete the application right there online. Their certificate is emailed to you. Then you just take it to the provider of your choice. If you need assistance trying to find a provider, you can call us and at 863-577-2450, and any one of our parent counselors can assist with finding a provider that meets the needs of the parents.
Go out on a limb and I'd say I bet you even help them do the online thing.
We do help
really
you.
do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Well, thank you both so much for being here, and thank you for what you do.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
It's never too early to begin to consider a high-quality, voluntary pre-kindergarten program for your child. Scientific studies have shown that the most important time for the growth and development of the human brain occurs before the age of 5. A child's earliest years are its most important learning years because it's when the child's ability to focus their attention and follow directions is developed. Putting a child in a structured learning environment like VPK helps nurture these abilities and can help ensure later success for the child in school and even into their careers. For more information on the voluntary pre-kindergarten offered in the community, give the Early Learning Coalition a call at 863-733-9064, or you can look them up on the web at www.elcpolk.org.